Hi there. We have talked a lot about the upcoming warm weekend in many parts of the UK, but we are now increasingly concerned about the rain in Scotland, especially through Saturday and the first part of Sunday. More on that in a moment. However, for the time being, there are some concerns about the rain across parts of Lancashire. Yellow warning in force. We've had some wet weather here in the last day or so, and another 20 to 30 millimetres through the rest of Friday could cause some issues. It's also going to be damp across parts of Northern Ireland into southwest Scotland, parts of the north of Scotland as well. But for the far north, a cold wind, brighter skies, but a few light showers. The brightest skies, though, across the parts of the Midlands, East Anglia, southern England, southeast Wales. Warm here with temperatures reaching 22 Celsius. And the warm air coming up from the south will continue to build into the weekend. However, that's coming up against cold air coming down from the north in between a warm front which intensifies as that temperature contrast sharpens. And it's that intensification of the weather front, the fact that it lingers for 36 hours or so across central parts of Scotland, trapped between two areas of high pressure, and the fact that we've got relatively humid air drawn up from the subtropics to add even more moisture, and that moisture being wrung out over the hills of Western Scotland in particular. All the ingredients there for a really significant rain event across parts of Scotland. And the trouble starts through Friday evening. The rain turns heavier, the brighter colours there emerging across central and western Scotland. And as you can see, those brighter colours indicating heavy rain just become more and more widespread during the early hours of Saturday. Now, the rain across northern England and Northern Ireland actually eases through the night, turns drier here. We'll see some clear spells further south with light winds, some mist and fog patches forming for southern parts of the UK, some low cloud, especially across parts of West Wales, southwest England. That'll tend to lift during Saturday morning, brighter skies emerging, although some patchy cloud remaining across parts of West Wales, the south and southwest of England. Also some cloudier conditions, a few spots of rain for the north of England and Northern Ireland. Meanwhile, brighter skies for the north of Scotland with a few light showers here. But it's really in between where we're going to see that heavy and persistent rain just continuing throughout Saturday. And where we've got that heavy rain falling, of course, it's going to feel unpleasant, 9 or 10 or 11 Celsius under the rainfall. Colder air as well for the north of Scotland, the Northern Isles in particular, seeing temperatures of 9 degrees with a brisk wind. Stark contrast to conditions further south, where we've got plenty of sunny spells developing after any early mist burns away, and 22, 23 Celsius possible. But real concerns across parts of Scotland as we head into the weekend. In this yellow warning area, which covers much of central to northern Scotland, 50 to 75 millimetres of rain possible, 100 to 120 millimetres over hills. And in the amber warning areas, so for the southwest Highlands, for the Trossachs, for Stirling, for Glasgow, a risk of 100 millimetres widely and 180 millimetres for some, and even for the wetter parts of western Scotland. These are truly significant rain totals, and so there is the risk of very significant impacts from serious flooding, from rivers, dangerous conditions, a risk to life. And as a result, really, if you're in that part of the world, stay across all forecasts and warnings updates as we head into the weekend. Now, the rain does continue for a time into Saturday evening. Eventually, the heavier rain begins to subside. Northern Ireland, largely dry. The clearest skies will be across the Midlands, East Anglia, southern England. A few mist and fog patches forming once again overnight. We keep the light showers going in the far north of Scotland. But finally, as we begin Sunday, the rain is pushing north. It's going to end up being a wet day, in fact, for northern Scotland, but nothing of too much concern. Certainly less heavy and less persistent compared with further south on Saturday. And it is drying up then across central and southern Scotland. A lot of cloud remaining, but the warmer air in the south is pushing north. So what a contrast in temperatures for Sunday. Mid-teens more likely across central and southern Scotland, 19 for Northern Ireland and northern England. And for much of the southern half of the UK, we're into the 20s. Could even see a 25 Celsius in southeast England after any early mist burns away. Still some patchy cloud remaining, but largely dry, bright and warm. So A tale of two halves this weekend, really. We've got the dry and bright and warm weather for many parts of the UK, but in Scotland there is that real concern of significant flooding. Stay across forecasts and warnings if that could affect you.